Hi everyone. I can't wait to see you in the library, but until then, I wanted to give you a little bit of an introduction to the Big 6 research, which is the process that you're going to be using to complete your research project with your class. So I'll just give you a little bit of introduction and then we can get started. And when you come to the library, you'll be ready to go. So let's start off with what you can expect with the research project. Overall, I want you to be able to expect that you'll be a much more confident researcher by the time the process is over, and I want you to expect that we will help you every step of the way with our objectives. The objectives that we're going to go through are how to develop a research question, how to identify and select credible sources, and then gather information from those sources that are going to address your research question. Use all that information you've compiled to create your presentation, and then at the end be able to evaluate that presentation and evaluate the process. What sort of areas did you find were difficult for you? What sort of areas did you feel like you excelled in? That way, when you research again, you'll find yourself to be in a much more comfortable experience, and you'll be able to go through the process with much more knowledge as far as how to be a researcher. In addition to our class standards, there's also some standards that we're going to cover with Big 6 as well that go across different standards that we have in the library and technology in the state. So ISTE Standard 3 says that you'll be a knowledge constructor, meaning that you're going to search for knowledge through the research process and use that knowledge to construct a product. Common Core Standard for English, ninth grade, is the ability to research, to build and present knowledge. So you see how we're saying the same thing kind of over and over again, that you're going to be able to research and use that information in a presentation. For AASL Standard 1, you're going to learn how to inquire. So you'll have something specific, your research question that you want to inquire about, find information, make sure that information is credible, and put that into your presentation. And then finally, with your Texas State Standard, this is a learner-centered teaching and learning, Standard 1, Principle 1. So you, the student, are going to lead this research. We'll be here to facilitate and help you every step of the way, but you'll be a confident researcher on your own. You'll learn how to go into those databases and sources to find the information you want. You'll have the tools that you need to evaluate those sources and to draw information from them to create your presentation. So now that we've gone through your class objectives and the national and state standards for research, I want to know what you already know. Some of it you may have heard as we were talking, but I want you to take this little pre-assessment in the next slide. That way you can assess your knowledge on the research process after this. After you take that pre-assessment, what you're going to do is watch a video about the Big 6 research, which will give you some helpful information. And then I have a conclusion video summarizing the process, and I'll also in that conclusion video go over a helpful handout that will be of use to you as you're completing the research project. And I look forward to seeing you in the library. So take that pre-assessment, watch the video, listen to the conclusion one, and then we'll go over the handout before you come into the library to get ready for your research.